Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Kenny, aka Weezy Baby. And you know what it is? This episode is going to be one of those so-called wisdom episodes. Not saying that I have a lot of that. It's just sometimes I'll do episodes where I just have things that I go through in life and that I would like to share with you guys. So maybe you can relate or understand certain things that I may think of that you may also think of as well, and we just kind of feed off of each other. And I think that's kind of a cool thing with social media and stuff like that. So in October is my birthday month. Even though I don't celebrate the whole month, I'm more of maybe a weekend person, or do something during the day or night or whatever of your birthday, something like that. Nothing big or anything like that, just being around the ones I love. And my wife's birthday is 10 days after mine. So we're pretty much the same age, and we pretty much have been together our whole lives. So during some of our road trips that we take, I like to ask her questions, and I think this year I was taking her out to lunch for her birthday, and I just asked her a kind of a question of what's the biggest lesson that she's learned this year, us being almost 40. So she's not really a big thinker, so I had to give her an example, and my example was that I had to learn that not everyone really cares about you or thinks that much about you. Not saying that I don't have friends and family that love me or are interested in the things I do or go through. I'm just saying, like, not everyone cares about your hobbies or your opinions or your feelings even enough to where you should let it bother you. Example, like, sometimes I feel like people, or I wonder why people don't think, I guess, kind of the way I do, or love the way that I love, or show gratitude the way I show gratitude. And it's because people aren't like the same as you, and it's a hard lesson for me to learn, because then I start to think, well, like, hey, I did this for you, or I would do that for you, or I'm this type of friend for you, or I'm this type of person for you. Why aren't you that type of person for me? Or so then it makes you feel like you're not in like their mind, or you're not a consideration to them. You're an afterthought, and that can drive you kind of crazy, because you're like, well, shit, why aren't you thinking of me? So that's kind of where the mindset of, like, not everyone thinks of you as much as you think they should, or they don't give a fuck as much as you think they should. And it's not technically their fault, because even though it's hard for me to always grasp it, my wife broke it down to me in the car as we were talking about it, and it really kind of hit me too, because even though I'm kind of self-aware of myself, of my flaws and stuff like that, and that certain parts or certain, should I say, certain traits or certain things that I do or don't do are a part of me. And even though I try to kind of quote unquote level up or be a better person each time by realizing these flaws, not everyone can do that. And it kind of goes back to the old saying of, that's who I am and I can't help it, or that's just who so and so is. And there's like a pro and con to that, because you want to stay the same type of person for certain people, and but you also want to be better for certain people. So the way the wife broke it down to me, and I think she realized, because she is that. She is the type of person where I don't quite understand, in the fact that it's in their nature, and it could be part of the way they were raised, or it's just embedded in their DNA. As much as you want someone to be a certain type of way, it's hard for them to be that way because it's not in them. It's not in their DNA. It's just not the type of person they are. It's not what they were introduced to growing up, or it's not what they're used to seeing. So they don't know how to be that type of way. Just like, okay, example, I'm a very emotional, wear my heart on my sleeve type person, and I get, very agitated at certain things, and I let people, affect my emotions sometimes. And as much as I try to learn a lesson and be better and not let that happen to me, I always result back to letting someone trigger me, or, letting my emotions take over. And to me, that's a difficult thing to do. And I've gotten to the point where I sit myself down and realize, hey, like, this person is getting to you. Why are they getting to you? Think about it before you act. And I can't say that I do it all the time, but I realize that it's happening. And my wife is just like, well, some people can't do that because that's just who they are. It's embedded into them. Just like it's embedded in me to be a very emotional person, it's embedded in her not to be like, a super caring or emotional person. As much as a life lesson that I've learned being in a marriage for almost 20 years, and that I always ask her, like, I just want you to love me the way I love you. Or, if I'm doing this and that for you, I want you to do it back for me, without kind of like forcing her to do it. Like, she's got to want to do it herself. And that can be communicated, and it is, but it's just hard for her because it's in her DNA. Like, she's not that type of person to do that. It's not what she was used to. It's not what she's raised with. And it's hard, because being the type of person, I think, that realizes their flaws and want to try to get better, it's hard to come across people who just are okay with, like, that being in their DNA, and that's who they are. I'm not saying that my wife is a terrible person, or my wife is any beneath me because I'm trying to be better. I'm just saying, like, it's just a difficult thing for people like that to adjust to become something they are not. I think what kind of makes it different for me is that I'm self-aware of, my flaws and what is happening to me, or why I'm being so emotional, or letting someone trigger me, or something like that. Like, I'm becoming more like self-aware of what's happening, and I just try to be better. Like I said, I'm not, looking down on anybody for who's not doing that. I'm just saying, like, hey, like, me personally, I know it's a difficult thing to do, and I think it helps to just be a little bit aware of how something you may not be doing or doing is affecting somebody, and try to be better for yourself and for someone you love. Um, that's a bit of a ramble, I know, but I hope it somewhat made sense to you guys. I think part of me is just always having these conversations with my wife and trying to learn and grow from one another. I know what she says to me is uh, helping me open my mindset a little bit more, and I hope that it is vice versa for her and for any of you guys. Like, if that's not like your way of thinking, hopefully you can be more self-conscious of being more open to that, and not just accepting being who you are, but also trying to be someone better for yourself and for your loved one. And I think that's what a good relationship is. Just trying to be better for yourself and for someone you love. And I know she tries real hard to be better for me, and I try my best just to be better for, I guess mainly myself, because I can't be better for her if I'm not better for myself. But yeah, that's it. That's the rambling for today. I hope you guys can relate to any of that or make sense of any of that. I know some of that was kind of stumbling and bumbling, I guess, but uh, here's to another year. Year's almost over, and I hope you guys are really just like trying to better yourself and trying to grow. And I think that's a good vibe to have and to carry on into the new year. So thanks for listening, and thanks for liking, commenting, any of that jazz, subscribing, and hope you guys stick around and more of this stuff and football stuff later. So yeah, peace.